Science class. Science. My second favorite subject, English, was my first. Poetry even then was my thing. I couldn't add worth a shit, so math wasn't an option, but I could tell you how many teeth a great white shark had in its lifetime, about 29,000. The question that my teacher asked me one day in class is, what is a mollusk? Mr. D repeated the question and stared at me until I spoke, but I couldn't talk about a mollusk. Just the thought of it made me sick, how it sounded like the word molest. All I hear out of Mr. D's mouth as he looks at me is, what is the definition of molest? What does it mean to be molested? I pressed down my chest with a sports bra while the other girls stuff in gym class. The girls talk about how they wish theirs were bigger when I would have cut mine completely off if I could. The boys called me flat when I wasn't at all, but I hid them under there, ashamed of their peaks repulsed when they hardened. I took baths with a bra on. My grandmother walked in by accident one time and asked why I still had a bra on while in the bath, and I told her, I forgot about it, and pretended to take it off as she left the room. I put clean bras in the dirty laundry so that she would think I wore a new one every day, because the feeling of when they were free repulsed me, and when they touched the air, it was like I was having that bad touch all over again. Mr. D said he needed to speak to me after class. He asked me why I was failing when he could see I was such a bright kid. He said I hung out with the wrong crowd and I was throwing my life away. These days matter, Ms. Hawthorne. So I sat down to the final test. I'd blanked out through so much of the class and wouldn't open the book because I'd run into whole chapters on mollusks. I'd find words that reminded me of it all, like touch, soft, prey, predator, shelter. Mr. D held me back after class and had a disappointed look on his face. He said, I thought you were better than this. He said, you can be someone if you try. But I was trying. I was trying all day. I was running all day in my mind, running away from mollusks, the pain, the touches, the memory. I was working harder than any of the A students. He said all you had to do was answer one question to pass, one that we reviewed in the majority of the classes. I knew the one he was speaking of. Number 13, what is a mollusk? And name 3 facts about them. In my head, I thought, a mollusk is evil. Number 1, the facts are they hurt me. Number 2, they killed me. Number 3, I'm sorry for whatever it was I did to deserve it. But I looked at him like a little smartass and just shrugged my shoulders. I knew if I told him about all the things I would risk so much more than a grade. I'd rather people think I was stupid than know what I really was. Even though I know now what a mollusk really is, I still hate them. Because they're a lot like who I used to think I was, a soft, spineless animal. Yep, that was me, a mollusk that had been molested. I can say the word now, even read it on a paper, but deep down, even now, I go back to who I was in Mr. D's science class every time I hear it. And the difference is I love that girl that I was. Bless her. She was the strongest person I had ever known.